I wrote a book about that, actually. It was published in June 2024. So it's called Rebranding the Church. And that is, and the subtitle of that book is Rediscovering the Greatest Story Ever Told to Connect with Modern Audiences. So that is one answer. Like we have the best story ever, the greatest story ever told, the gospel. I mean, it's such a kind of a hero's journey in a way, and we have that story. We own that story, and we should rediscover that story as a story, not as a kind of a set of principles or dogmas, but as a story, because people respond to stories. That's why we binge watch Netflix, right? We don't binge watch because it is a formula or a set of rules. We're drawn into it. And really, I truly believe in the power of storytelling. Jesus was the master of storytelling. So telling a good story is one thing, how to pitch the gospel or pitch Jesus to a modern audience. The other thing I would mention is basing your communication on problems, concerns, longings, and dreams that people, your target audience, can relate to, that they recognize in their lives and they find important. Because so often we tend to talk about us, what's important to us, and we do that, but people are concerned about their life. We are as well. So if we want to hook their attention, at least in an attention economy where everybody competes about people's attention, we need to hook their attention by putting name to something they are worried about, they are dreaming about in their life. Then we can talk about that we might have a solution to that problem that they know they have. So storytelling and building on known problems. And then thirdly, clarity, of course. Having a clear message. Well, the gospel is much more than a one-liner, but I think it's also a very clear message that has very much to do with what happened when Jesus raised physically from the dead. So we should also have kind of in my opinion, I'm actually doing some exercise in my speaking gigs now, where I challenge people to do some having an elevator pitch about that very part of the gospel. I know that the gospel is so much more, but it's also a fundamental story about what happened when Jesus rose from the dead. It's the defining moment in history.